My brother's been borrowing money for emergencies for years. I just found out what he's really been buying. Kevin always had this sob story ready. Car broke down, needed gas money, forgot his wallet, medical bill came in. Every month, like clockwork, he'd text me asking for 20 here, 50 there. Sometimes it was mom asking me to help him out because he was struggling. I felt bad for him. Kevin was 25 and still living with our parents, jumping between part-time jobs. I had a decent office job and my own apartment, so lending him money felt like the right thing to do. Family helps family, right? Except after 3 years, he'd borrowed over $2,000 and never paid back a cent. Last month, I finally told him no. He needed $80 for his phone bill or they'd shut it off. I was broke myself after paying for car repairs, so I said I couldn't help this time. He got really angry, calling me selfish and saying I didn't understand what it was like to struggle. But here's where it gets weird. 2 days later, I saw him at the mall carrying shopping bags from GameStop and some expensive clothing store. When he spotted me, he quickly stuffed the bags behind his back and pretended he was just walking through. That night, I called mom to ask if she knew Kevin got his phone bill sorted out. She said yeah. Kevin told her I helped him pay it. I didn't correct her, but something felt really off. The next weekend, I was visiting my parents for dinner when Kevin's bedroom door was open. I glanced inside and couldn't believe what I saw. Brand new gaming setup with a huge monitor, expensive headset, collector's edition games still in plastic wrap. His closet was packed with designer sneakers and hoodies that cost more than I spend on groceries in a month. I started doing math in my head. That gaming setup alone was probably $1,500. Those sneakers were $200 each. Where was Kevin getting this money if he was always broke? After dinner, I cornered him in the garage. I asked him straight up where he got the money for all that stuff. He got defensive immediately, saying it was none of my business and that he saved up. I laughed and said, "Saved up what? You ask me for money every month." That's when he slipped up. He said, "Look, I pay you back in other ways." I asked what he meant, and he realized he'd said too much. I pressed him until he finally admitted the truth. Turns out Kevin had been selling the story of his struggling life to get money from different family members. He told me his car was broken, told our aunt his laptop died for school, told our cousin he needed help with rent. He even told our grandma he was saving up to take mom on a Mother's Day trip. Everyone thought they were the only one helping him, and everyone thought he was genuinely struggling. In reality, he was pulling in hundreds of dollars a month just by lying to family members who cared about him. I was furious, but I wanted proof before I exposed him, so I started asking around. I casually mentioned to our aunt that Kevin seemed to be doing better lately. She said, "Oh good, I was worried after he asked me for money for groceries last week." Our cousin said the same thing, so did our uncle. Even our grandma had given him $300 the month before. I added everything up. Kevin had been scamming our entire family for years, collecting thousands of dollars while pretending to be broke, and we all felt sorry for him. The next family barbecue, I brought receipts, literally. I'd printed out his online gaming purchases, screenshots of his social media posts showing off his expensive stuff, and a list of all the money he'd borrowed from everyone. I stood up during dinner and said I had an announcement. I thanked everyone for being so generous to Kevin over the years, then started reading the list out loud. Aunt Linda gave Kevin $200 for car repairs in March. Uncle Pete gave him $150 for medical bills in April. Grandma gave him $300 for his Mother's Day surprise in May. Kevin's face went white. I continued, "But here's what Kevin actually spent your money on." I held up the receipts. $400 headset, $600 gaming chair, 8 pairs of sneakers at $200 each. The table went dead silent. Kevin tried to deny it, but I had screenshots of him posting pictures of his setup online with captions like "treating myself" and "retail therapy." Grandma started crying. She'd been living on a fixed income and had given him money she couldn't afford to lose. Aunt Linda was furious because she'd been working overtime to help him out. Kevin got kicked out of mom and dad's house that night. They told him he could come back when he paid everyone back and learned how to tell the truth.